Hi, Travis.
Hey Perry, how you going?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well.
That's good. Just thank you very much for coming in today. I
Not
know
a
you're
problem.
taking time out of your day schedule, so we really appreciate it.
Not a problem. Anything for you guys?
Good. So just it'll just be like a conversation,
Yep.
right? I guess what we'd like to know is a little bit about how you came on board with Fox. So I guess how did you first of all learn about the Fox mowing system, and what inspired you to, I suppose, make the next move?
Well, initially I was running a transport company, and it just got to a point where it was overloaded, a bit struggling with other things, and I was looking for a new outlet, a new career choice, a new sort of direction in life. I'd looked up a few other franchise companies. I'd been for interviews with them, and then I came and saw you guys, and you presented your franchise with absolute excellence, and it hooked me right there on the spot. It's just changed everything, for me in the last few years. It's really helped my personal life and mental health as well, in the ways of the freedom that you have to come and go, to do what you need to do in that sort of line of work.
Oh, good. And what specifically was it about the franchise system, or was it our system?
Yeah, the Fox. When I came to see you and Ian, the Fox system or outlay of how things worked and all the rest of it, it came to me in the instance of it. It made me feel that it was about me. It's not about you guys cashing in on me. It's not about loopholes or fees here, fees there. It was just plain as day, straight up. Come in, do your job well, and you'll succeed. And with the way that you guys presented it all, it just sounded really quite easy. For someone like myself as well with ADHD and dyslexia, it has made, the signing on to you guys made, meeting you and going through all the ins and outs and things, it made it all sound really easy. And for someone like me who finds a lot of that sort of stuff very difficult, it's been good. Yeah, and the support has been there. Yeah, every time I've had a problem with something, I've rung yourself or Ian or Kylie, and there's problems being sorted out. All the advice has been to give one of the other franchisees a call. You do develop friendships through other franchise guys and girls where we can exchange ideas or products that people like to use. I know I've found a few tips and things from Anthony about what sort of fertilizers and pesticides and whatever else to use.
And you did the chemical training course.
I did do the chemical training course. Not for everybody, but it's something that does open your eyes up to what you're dealing with. And then how to deal with it in the correct ways.
Well, that's basically what it's all about, isn't it? You learn on the job.
It is,
you get access to courses.
Oh, the learning on the job has been great, it's a matter of, have you got a can-do attitude? And if you, work with your clients and, take the time to spend with them, you can get the results you're looking for.
Right. And who did you go out on training with?
I went with Anthony.
Yeah.
And
was it Jason?
Jason, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there anything in the training that you would have liked to have included? Anything else in the training?
Look, when you're first starting off, it's really kind of a bit daunting to price up jobs. What is something worth? What is it, out of your time and the equipment you got to use to get it done? Some of those sorts of things is what you learn along the way, because you win some, you lose some. Often, you're aiming to win them, but you're not going to go out and do it for nothing. So some more ideas of what people would charge for certain things, like, if you've got a lawn that's, X amount of square meterage, you might say it's $50. Double that, $100. But if you had that in your head and you've got a frame of mind, and then you might, look at other aspects of the type of grass or how long the grass is or the actual steepness of the slope. So there's a lot of aspects into trying to price up a job, which in the beginning can come across as a bit daunting, just to get the right price across to the customer without being over the top or undercutting yourself. There is a way of, as I said, talking with the customer, trying to get onto their level.
So building rapport with them.
Yeah, building a relationship and rapport and finding out really what they want and what they're trying to achieve with their garden. If it's just a maintenance thing, that's fine. But if they want more things like roses and hedges and things like that to be trimmed, then, for me, it's been a learning experience, a learning curve. But I've had some really great clients who've taken the time to actually show me what they want and how they want it done for their satisfaction. And at the end of the day, that's what we're all, trying to do, is satisfy our customers.
So Travis, how long have you been with Fox?
I've been with Fox almost 3 years.
Wow.
And it feels like yesterday I signed up. Like I haven't had many jobs where you can say, Jesus, like it's been 3 years. And it's just ticked on by. And, as I say to my clients, I just plod away. And it's been 3 years. So it's been a good 3 years, and it's always progressing and developing every year, onwards.
So what would you say your first 6 months were like? What were your things that you needed to, I suppose, develop and focus on?
The first 6 months, it's really finding your feet. It really is. It's like the jobs will come in on your phone. It's a matter of, working out how do you talk to the customer over the phone? How do you present yourself? Not just, g'day, how you going? It's got to be, hi, I'm from such and such. I've received this and so on, and make it, a presentable, conversation to the client. The workload and things like that, it's as like with a lot of business, it takes time, and you need to realise that it is going to take a little bit of time. But for me, if you've got the right attitude and you really want to knock things on, get things going, you can make what you want out of it.
So Fox has a turnover guarantee for all new franchise owners. Did you end up using it?
No.
Did you need it?
No,
No.
not really. I mean, I'm not here to try and milk everything for my sake, because I know what I work off a thing like swings and roundabouts. What comes around goes around. If you do a good job, you get a good name, you'll get knock-on effect. There was weeks where, into the first 6 months, it was coming into winter, and things were pretty quiet because of the rain and this and that. But that's where, from owning a business beforehand and not actually ever having a proper employment, but being business owner, I've understood that you have waves and troughs of earnings. So you need to plan ahead a bit and save.
So did you start around autumn period? Did you start?
No, I think I started in February.
In February, okay. So the summer season.
Yeah, end of the summer season.
So you went through your first winter.
Yep. Pretty new on.
Months.
Yeah, pretty new on.
And did you find that you were able to do other services? Mowing was slow?
Yeah, well, mowing was slow. I've painted eaves. I've, built fences. I've done some decking work. I used to be a landscaper, so, I've done, I had background in experience with that as well. So I've repaired fences, deckings. I've rebuilt someone's driveway the other day, it had all fallen down the hill, to re-pick up all the bricks, clean them all off, re-pack the ground again, and get it all looking brand new for a sale. There's other things you can, if you've got those skills, or to me, a lot of it's not rocket science anyway. It's a matter of just having a go. Look up a YouTube video if you really have to. But the first 6 months, it was slow here and there, but then I expected that because I was just, new and starting out, but I could see the potential. I could see that there was still jobs coming in, not that I'd, get every single one of them. But the ones I did get have knocked on to more and more work.
So referrals.
Yeah, I do things for a lot of family members, through the whole family and friends of friends of friends.
Yeah. So
Now,
leads are good,
yep,
and but they are a bit cold. They're cold compared to your referrals, and I guess you've built your business based on a combination of leads when you need it and
yeah,
referrals.
yeah. So like coming through the winter time, yeah, it's you have my leads on and widen the area a bit
Oh, perfect.
to try and collect as much as possible. Because yeah, as you say, the lawns and things over the winter we've just had haven't grown. Maybe sometimes in 2 months you could be looking at only doing a lawn once.
So do you remember back to your first year? Would you remember what your first year's turnover would be?
I think it was about a 129.
129K.
Yeah,
Oh
for
wow,
my first year. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I think it was. Yeah, because it was well, I wanted to make a good start of it and good
Mm.
go of things. And um, look, I work off personally a plan for myself that between four and 500 a day,
Mm.
and you add that up and you go, well, that's your 100 and something thousand a year and whatever. And nowadays, I know I have been here. I've only been with Fox for 3 years, but I'm a bit more relaxed, a bit more casual, and understanding of the workload and how to get the work done more efficiently, cost effective, and of course keeping the clients happy.
Do you have people working with you?
I do every now and then. I have a friend from high school that works for me on weekends. And we tackle a lot of bigger jobs like cleanups and like the driveway, for instance, and fencing and decking jobs because he's got a background in carpentry. So yeah, we do a lot of work on most Saturdays, and we've had over this winter pretty much every Saturday booked out for the whole winter.
Oh, we must really appreciate the help, the
Yeah,
offer of work.
and to be able to pay people a good wage for a good day's work, and we were only working 6 to 8 hours a day, sort of thing. So nothing too overly strenuous, but it's been good. And then I've got another younger fellow who helps me out during the week, and occasionally I even ring up some friends and when school holidays is on, and offer work to their young sons to see if I can get them out of the house and hands on.
Oh, wow. I guess that's one of the beauty of this business, right? You can help other people.
Yeah.
You can, if you're a father, you can help your son. Actually, we've got quite a few franchise owners that have a father and son teams or
Yep.
father and daughter teams,
Yep.
or husband and wife
Yeah,
teams.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's great.
Running your own
Well,
business. So
it
that's
leaves
really
that
great.
option open. You can make what. That's what I liked about coming to see Fox. Joining Fox franchise was that it's up to you. So much is up to you. Like you, the Fox franchise doesn't restrict you in
Mm,
any way that I can think of. Like you're free to do what you think is right for you.
good.
And that's what I like about it, a lot, and all the most is that I'm the boss of me.
Oh, good.
I don't have Fox breathing down my neck. Why haven't you been here? Why haven't you done that? Whatever it is. Well, mainly because I do my job, but at the same time, it's on my shoulders.
What would you say about the our fee structure compared to other systems that you've looked at?
Oh, well, again, it, the fee structure is simple. It's
Can you share?
straightforward. Sorry.
Can you share?
Yeah, yeah. It's roughly $200 a week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like we say, I can make that back in the first half a day. It's not a big deal. And for the security and know that you've got a backup and you've got possible work when you need work to come in. Like for instance, okay, I've got my leads turned quite low because I've got enough work at the moment. But if I needed more work, I'd turn my leads open and the work starts flowing in again. You've got that freedom and flexibility, and that's the biggest thing for me with Fox is the flexibility of things.
Good. Would you, when you first came to see us, did you consider going out and tackling it on your own? Because you've
Yes,
got
I
all the
did.
skills.
Yeah, I did. I've spoken to actually quite a few gardeners and lawn mowing people and stuff like that. Before I started, I rang a company, uh, Garden Ninjas, out my way, and I actually thought they were a franchise, and I wanted to inquire. And he actually recommended to me, just go buy a trailer, put a name on the side, have a go, and you might make your way. That all sounded all feasible, all a challenge to be able to do and things like that. But I wanted the network, the network of people, the network of jobs, the network itself, as a backup. I look at the $200, a week franchise fee is nothing to me, nothing in the big scheme of things. It's a small amount to pay for the security and the the advice and everything else you get through Fox for that fee. With other franchises, you're paying for leads, you're paying for this, you're paying for that, even if you get them or not. I think there's exit clauses, there's this, and just Fox make it very simple for us.
Well, that's the way it's meant to be. What about the advertising? Do you think that if you were on your own, where would you consider getting your leads?
Look, if I was on my own, I'm a bit old-fashioned. I'd have to probably do the old door knock.
Okay.
I'm not well into computer and technology things. I find the Fox stuff where Kylie's helped set up a Google page. Yourself has helped me out with looking at Facebook things. I should probably try a lot harder, but it's not my forte.
Well, that's part of the beauty of being part of a franchise system that offers that support.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wouldn't have done a Google page or a Facebook page or this and that on my own, but with the support from you guys, it's been possible. It's been good in that respect. But again, if I was to start off on my own, you'd be looking at local papers. You'd be looking at this, that, and everything else. And
is local paper still a thing these days?
Well, I think I still get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who looks at it? And that's the biggest issue, is that nowadays everything is online, everything is word, that sort of things. Word of mouth is still out there, but everyone goes to online to research and look at and so on. So it would be advised for any new franchisees to get onto that as well. It can only help. It can only help.
So what advice would you give to someone who is actually considering investing in a Fox Mowing franchise? So they're in the same scenario as when you first came to us. Knowing what you know now, what would you say to somebody who comes to you and says, "Oh, Travis, I'm thinking of investing in a franchise."
Plain and simple answer. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay. With my learning difficulties and things like that I have in life, you guys have made it very easy for me. It's been a learning experience, but at the same time, for anyone coming in and looking at it, I'd say take the leap. Take the leap. There's no right time or wrong time to do it. It's a matter of if you just take that chance and make it what you want to make out of it.
So back yourself, basically.
Yeah, and as I say, I'm not the most, fantastic person at certain things, but when it comes to just doing a job and getting stuff done with the backup and support from you guys, I'm 3 years in and it feels like yesterday.
Were you very scared when you first thought about, switching over from transport?
Yeah, there's always a risk. There's always things, but with a lot of things in life, having the right attitude and the right sort of support network as well, you can achieve things. So for me, getting out of the transport was to do with dealing with unreliable, employees, dealing with, broken vehicles, things like that, compared to coming here and dealing with what I deal with on my own. It's a lot more for me.
Would you mind sharing what your turnover with a transport type business? Because what were you doing with your transport business?
We had a transport company delivering staircases to building sites. Right. The physical demand of carrying large amounts of wood on your shoulder and in and out over building sites, could be any sort of terrain, was pretty tough on the body. And that's where, it was tough on the employees. It was, a very demanding job where I had I had to be there at 6 in the morning every morning, and I didn't have a day off in almost 6 years.
Wow.
As I said to you, I was always the one to rely on that was always there because I had too many people to rely on me to be there. So to get out of that and then into this, it's a big difference. But at the same time, it's made things more for me and made my life tranquil.
So you would say the transport business was more like a contract
Oh yeah,
compared to a
it wasn't a
running
job,
business.
or it was a contract,
Yeah.
and it was just no ifs or buts. It was their way, highway kind of thing. There was no leniency of having time to do something if you needed to do something for yourself.
Were you restricted with income with that?
Uh, well, yes, if they weren't selling, well, it didn't earn. When we were going through COVID and things like that with price increases, it was to the point where I was basically paying out of my pocket to deliver the product because we weren't making any money. We're actually going backwards. Um, so yeah, to go from that business to this business is a lot more relaxing for me mentally and on my terms, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Is it with Fox? Is there like you've been in with us for 3 years? Is there and would you consider growing your business?
I always consider growing the business.
Yeah.
I look at the young guy that works with me at the moment. He's got a really good attitude and a willingness to want to work and get on with it. Fox allow me to expand if I want to. If I'd wanted to buy another trailer and put someone on, under my franchise banner, that's a possibility to do. And as I said, the chances of and abilities to expand your business are there if you want to. I have thought about it a lot, but then I think about, do I want to go back down the path of having employees or people who aren't up to my standard or don't do the required job that I need done? I'm quite happy on my own. I do have friends and the young guy that come and help me when I need the extra help. But for anyone who's a bit younger, maybe with a young family who want to develop and create an empire, then yeah, Fox is there for you. You can do that.
So you can split your franchise if you had a lot of clients on your list, but you don't want to employ people. You can split your franchise.
That's right. Yeah.
And get your, I suppose, get your investment back to some degree
Well,
by
yeah,
selling part of your clients.
you could do something like that. Again, I mean, it's each to their own. That's what the freedom with Fox is, though. You've got those options. You've got, as I said, when I came to see you guys, you made it about me. It's not about you guys.
It's about you.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's about me. But when I saw competitors, it sounded like it was all about them. It was what they wanted out of you and what they expect from you. What I expected from you was, like you guys have had, done far greater than what I could have thought from, any sort of employer. It's been fantastic over the last 3 years that to be in contact with you guys and deal with you guys. It's been a breeze.
It's both ways.
Yeah.
Franchise owners who take control of their business and want the support gets the support.
Well, I think in the same respect, you also have probably done well in selecting the right franchisees for the job because it's not for everybody. Some people haven't been in that sort of system and they aren't used to it, and it can be a bit freaky and daunting. But to the right people, and I think you have found a lot of the right people, we can't say a bad word.
Oh, that's good to hear.
You just can't. I'm happy in life. I've got a good job. I've got regular clients. I've got things ticking along. It just makes it's about me. It's my life now. It's not me chasing the dollar, chasing the contract, chasing this and that.
You're established.
It's all flowing along nicely now. 3 years in, I don't worry anymore. Like I get a client ring up today and go, I've got to cancel. I'll go to the next client. And before you know it, the neighbours come over and say, "Hey, can you do this?" And I go, "See, I didn't even do anything," and a knock-on's happened, and I've got my work done for the day. Even though I lost a half-a-day client at the last minute, somehow it's just it's being the right character of person and being in the right place at the right time again, but having that customer service friendliness to please and to get the job done efficiently and cost friendly for them. So yeah, it's
Speaking
good.
of jobs, I know that you've got a couple of jobs to go to
Yes.
this afternoon, and we've taken up a lot of your
Yeah.
time. So thank you very much,
Not a problem, Barry.
Travis. I really appreciate you taking the time to just,
Been good.
give people who are out there who want to know what it's all about.
Yeah.
An
Oh,
idea
look,
of what the
more
business
than
is
happy to help out anytime because
Fabulous.
that's what you guys do for me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks, Travis.
No worries. Thanks, Perry.